Alright, everybody, welcome to the Stupindis Carnage commentary, where me and my other good friend Hayden, we're going to give our perspectives, everything that went on behind the scenes with it, how it came to be, literally every juicy detail about this movie, and more. So, let's get this thing started. Hi, I'm Connor Crosby.
Hi, I'm Hayden Cope.
Alright. The other four members, the other four people who were part of the movie, Bradley, Tristan, Austin, and Alex, could not make it because they were busy or just did not want to do it. That's fine. Me and Hayden were basically kind of the main people working on this, so we'll just get through with it. So basically what this is we're just going to be talking about how this movie came to be, what we did. It's really nothing special, but I kind of like to talk about it because there was actually some stuff that did come up. And then by the end of it, we're just going to give our perspective, both me and Hayden. If it's going to be different perspectives, if it's going to be the same perspective, we have no idea. Because it's been a second since we've actually seen Stupindis Carnage. Actually, I'm going to admit something. I have not watched it, I think, since I was editing it. The full thing has been out on YouTube for... Well, when this comes up, this will be January 5th when this comes up. It is currently December 12th. It has been almost a year, 3 days away from a year since that thing has come out. I have still not watched the full thing. I was very proud of it, though. Have you watched it, Hayden?
I think I watched it like once or twice.
It's fun. I'm kind of giving an opinion. We'll go on that later. So, the first thing we should probably talk about is how we got the idea. Let's talk about how we got the creation. It was actually on last year's June, kind of like the middle of June. It might have been like June 13th or 14th, maybe like 1 in the morning. I was at my dad's, I was taking a shower, and then I was, thinking about Stupid Carnage shit. I was like, oh, well, that would be kind of cool to do this, this, and this. Possibly other ideas that me and Hayden could possibly end up doing. And then I kind of got an idea, like, what if me and Hayden and a couple of other people did a Stupid Carnage movie? What would that be like? I kind of thought about it, and the number one thing that kept ringing in my mind is that it cannot be like a basic Stupid Carnage episode. Because if it was, it would be the most anticlimactic thing ever. Because it would literally just be an hour long of us just... of a Stupid Carnage episode. It would be pretty much the same thing.
Yeah,
and then... Yeah, pretty much. Then I got out of the shower, I believe I called you and Hayden. I called Hayden, I called you, and then you also got Bradley there, and I was like, would you guys like to help me out with this? And both of you were like, giving me the thumbs up, like, yeah, we should totally do this. And then tomorrow, like, either in the morning or in the afternoon, it was like the middle of summer, we were like, let's get this thing done. Let's do this. Before we actually, when it just started out, it was just me, you, and Bradley. We're still kind of figuring out who wanted to be part of it, what was going to be happening, stuff like that. And, I believe, I called Moses, I was about to say him. I called Moses about it. I was asking him, hey, do you want to be a part of this? And originally he said yes. He was going to be part of Stupindis Carnage. He wasn't, which is unfortunate. Hopefully he'll be there for the sequel. Maybe, who knows? It depends. It's all up to him. And I told him about it. He actually gave me about maybe 3 ideas. We decided on this. There's going to be several games. I believe I told you this either after or during when me and Moses were coming up with this. I'm pretty sure I either texted it to you or I told you when we hopped on.
Yeah.
Basically, there was going to be like several games. There's going to be multiple challenges. The whole movie was going to be us doing these ridiculously dumb, stupid challenges and seeing who was going to win by the end of it. And the whole idea, and I kind of like to think of this as the inspiration in a very weird way, because honestly, let's face it, the movie I'm going to say has nothing to do with challenges. It's just dumb shit. Was Jackass. Me and you were watching the new Jackass movie a few days ago, and that was still kind of lingering in my mind. I'm just like, that felt pretty much kind of like what we were doing with Stupid Carnage. And I thought, what if we were to do something like that, but to like actually title shit like that, and make it like challenges for like a competition. And that's what it came to be. And full closure, the title being misspelled I know Stupindis is spelled wrong. I just spelled it that way to have something dumb in it, and just because I wanted to. Mortal Kombat did the same thing. They used C with K's. I kind of thought it would be kind of fun. And plus, it works. It works. It also made that really cool title drop in that trailer, so I think it worked out pretty well. And that was basically the whole project, was us just kind of doing stuff. And I think that kind of leads us into the very first issue with production. And and Hayden, I'm sure you're going to agree with me on this. We did not know what we really wanted to do. All we really knew is that we wanted to do challenges.
Yeah, that's pretty much, yeah.
We didn't have an end goal. The end goal was obvious. It was going to be who won all the challenges, but it was like, what do we do after that? Because not even all the challenges were done at that point. Like some of the latest challenges came on like fucking like maybe August or maybe September, and we kept postponing this thing. This thing actually got postponed 3 or 4 times. The original date was us wanting to do it for 4th of July. I believe we started production on June 14th. I have a book where I put the like log dates. I can look at that here in a second. But I believe we wanted to do it on like June 14th. We're like, this would be cool for 4th of July. We're not doing a Stupid Carnage episode. Let's totally do this. And we did not really realize how ambitious that was to do a project that took over a couple months. And let's face it, even if we didn't like really like slack off and just stopped working on it from time to time, which we totally did. Everyone's guilty of this, especially me. When we were just kind of like not doing anything about it, it would have still took like a month to work on. It would not have been ready for 4th of July. And if it would have, it would have been like half an hour. Let's be real. And then the next date was September 7th, which at that point would have been the 1st year anniversary of Stupid Carnage, which I thought was an amazing idea. And if anyone was watching the show, watching the production, they know that the movie did not come out at that point. Instead, the final trailer came out. The first trailer came out, I believe, somewhere in June, maybe July. And the final trailer came out on September 7th, the 1st year anniversary of Stupid Carnage. And the full thing came out on December 15th, which the trailer for these bonus features, which this is going to be a part of, I know it's a little stupid to do a trailer for it, but I kind of want to. The trailer will be released on December 15th, the 1st year anniversary of Stupindis Carnage, which I thought was kind of a cool idea, plus we took so long to do this anyway. Like, we probably postponed this commentary, 5 times?
Yeah, around like 5 or 6.
There was one time where I was like, maybe about like a month ago, it was probably October or September, I was like, guys, we need to get this stuff done. We need to get all this stuff planned. And then as the guy who got everyone hyped and said, oh, this was happening, I literally did not text you guys anything about it. Me and you probably played games. I was just like, yeah, probably not today. And naturally, months later, we're finally doing it. It's about damn time. And that in and of itself, of us postponing the commentary, that was literally the whole production of Stupindis Carnage. It's stupid to say this, because Stupindis Carnage, if you were to watch it, especially if you were to watch Stupid Carnage, you would say there was really no thought or time put into this, maybe except for a couple of minutes where we had to think of the challenges. Like, yeah, there was obviously a point where it looked like we probably put like a week in it, but no one with an actual ambition and the right mind would have said, oh, this would have took like at least 3 months to make. No. Stupindis Carnage, if you watch it, and it's a production that literally should have taken about maybe less than a month. It was not that huge of a project. It was just, we didn't know what we were going to do with it by the first point when we got it, and then once everything was finished, we just didn't want to do it and didn't have the drive to until the very final moment where I said, it's gotta be done. And that is, I think, the biggest problem with the movie. I'll kind of go more in depth on that when we go to the our thoughts on it, but that is kind of the problem, is that it was kind of rushed. And I believe that was kind of the whole point. And there was a bunch of problems with production. Was that Moses left the project. Originally he wanted to do it, he left it, so we didn't do him. We didn't have him in it anymore. I believe Mav and Jake said they were going to be wanting to do that, but I said they couldn't because it was already too late and everybody was already in it. That, and there was multiple moments in challenges where people kept coming and going. Bradley was there for the first couple of minutes of the movie. Well, technically it was the first few challenges in GTA, and then he came out for some of the last ones. And then he was basically never heard of again.
Yeah, pretty much.
You popped up randomly in Fortnite. The only consistent challenges we did were the Minecraft ones, the Rec Room one, which we'll get to that later. And I believe there was one other, maybe the Forest ones. Those were just me and you. Every one of them else had basically you in them. The Fortnite one, you were the Red Dead ones, you were also in there for. Almost forgot about that. For the Fortnite ones, you came out the last 3, maybe 2. For the GTA ones, you were always there, which was intended. A huge problem was that we weren't consistent with it. What it should have been was to make everyone get a fair shot at all the challenges. It should have been for each game, the people stayed in each of those games. It can be either everybody for one whole game, or a limited amount of people, or just 2 people. And they should have stayed in those games for the rest of the time. It shouldn't have been people randomly popping in for certain games and then popping out. Because that led to a humongous problem. When Tristan was in 1 or 2 challenges the whole movie, he barely got a chance. He was present, but he was barely present. He was in 2 challenges, I think. His tally didn't even matter, because not only did he lose those, but he would have had no chance of winning the whole challenges for the whole game. And that was also kind of the whole thing, the tally points. I believe there were 7 games we had. Red Dead Redemption, GTA 5, Fortnite, Forest, Minecraft, Rec Room. What was the other one? I believe there was 7. I don't really know. But that was one of the biggest problems, was that people just kind of kept coming and going, and then the tally point, we planned it, and we kept this plan by the end of the film, was for each game there was going to be separate awards. I think I even titled stuff like that. I don't remember. I did in the book that I wrote everything down in. I don't know if I did it for the actual full-length film, which is also hilarious because I haven't watched the full thing yet. It was kind of a lot. And it's really funny to say that it was a lot because, let's face it, it's really not that huge of a movie.
Yeah, the thing is, we just weren't ready for it, at all.
We're talking about it was fucking Star Wars, it was production of Star Wars, and if you watch the whole thing, it's like Rugrats. It's not... the reduction in the full-length film does not add up at all. It was just pure laziness. Let's be real here. Another issue with the production was, I don't really know, I don't want to say it was an issue, it was more sort of a limitation, was that the only editing process we had was Share Factory. And the reason why I say this is a limitation is, I use Share Factory for every single one of the Stupid Carnage episodes. Hell, I use it for the trailers. Everything I make is from Share Factory. But some of the most recent ones I've edited in Share Factory. Everything was done, intros and outros for Season 3, exclusively, because past 2 seasons didn't have that. And then I take all that shit and I put it in a USB I put it on my laptop, I edit it all there, it takes fucking forever to do, and then I upload it from there. And funny enough, that's actually the reason why I haven't had any thumbnails for the past 2 holiday specials, and I won't have for the Christmas special, because I don't know how to make thumbnails on that one. I do on Share Factory, and it works. Sometimes. Sometimes it didn't work, most of the times it did. But for the editing software I use on my laptop, which is called ChipChamp, it's good for actual good quality audio, which is a humongous upgrade for Stupid Carnage. It's just, it takes forever, and I don't really know what I'm doing with it, and it's not fully there. And easily, the biggest problem with Share Factory is that not only is it a little limited in what it can do, it can have like USB downloaded stuff, but I still need a laptop to do that anyway. Mine has been fucking up, and it hasn't exactly been taking the USB. I don't know what's going on with it. I don't know if it's me. I don't know if it's Share Factory. I don't know what it is. I'll figure it out eventually, hopefully. The other humongous problem was that you cannot make something that is an hour long. For editing, you can make it around 80 minutes, which is an hour and 20 minutes. However, if you want everything processed and done, it needs to be either 60 minutes exactly or under that. It needs to be either an hour or under that hour. And that sucks. We wanted to do a movie, but it could only be around 59 minutes long, and the full thing comes out. It's 58 minutes and like 2 seconds, I think. That much I know. And it's just, it's long. It's just, it could only be so long. Which I think we actually kind of managed fairly good. I don't want to say we did it amazingly, because let's face it, there were some issues with it.
Yeah.
And, it was just, that was just a lot of the issues. It was that we were being very ambitious with it, but we just didn't really have the stuff or the minds to do it. I'm actually gonna look it up real fast. On the logbook, here we are. We started production on June 14th. We came up with the day, June 14th, like the morning of June 14th. I came back home from work. It was a late night. It was closed. It was like 12 in the morning. I called you guys. You guys were up. Yada, yada, yada. We started the same day. Later the same day. It says we started from 3:50 p.m. to 5:15 p.m. And now the movie did not come out until December 15th, so that's how long it was going in for. But, while editing and stuff was still there, let's see how long it took us to actually finish all the challenges while recording it. We're going past August here. Let's see. It's a couple pages down. Okay, I'm having problems finding it. Oh, hold on. Let's see. December 12th. Isn't that hilarious? December 12th was the last day we worked on it. And the day I edited it was December 15th, right when December 15th was almost over. It was either just starting or it was almost over, I think. And when I was editing with it, while they're not here, I do want to give a huge shout out to Austin and Alex, because when I was editing it, originally it was supposed to be me, you, and a couple of other guys deciding, like, what challenges were going to go in the movie. We'll explain that later. And, you weren't able to do it because you had school the next morning, and you had to go to bed. I had school the next morning, but I stayed up, because, we had stuff to do. Austin and Alex stayed up with me until the very end. Alex left a little bit early, and then me and Austin kind of just decided on what was going to be in there. So, Hayden, you actually did not get to choose what challenges were in the full-length film. But they did, which is kind of funny. It's also insanely hilarious that we stopped from filming the whole thing on December 12th, hilariously 1 year from today. Isn't that funny? Fucking coincidence.
Yeah, it's a big coincidence.
That's the dumbest fucking thing, I swear. Also, so basically, that's kind of the whole gist of it. That was basically all the behind the scenes. It's also, to be fair, we did have some problems with each other. I believe, Hayden, there were some moments where you and Bradley got into some arguments. You guys are brothers. It's fucking natural. I got in some arguments with you guys. I think you and Alex were having serious problems. That was around the same time when Alex didn't really like you, and now you guys are totally cool with each other. You guys basically had a whole argument during one time during filming this, and it's kind of funny that was like, because that should be like half of the reason why this thing got postponed. But let's be real, that was like 1% of why it got postponed.
Yeah, that was definitely not even close to being any of it.
We still got challenges done with you guys having problems with each other. And it's fine. I feel like some of the challenges were a little half-baked, if I'm being honest. Some of the challenges were a little rushed. Some of them were really smart. Well, really smart in a dumb way, if you know what I mean. And the number one thing I wanted to make sure of was that each challenge got a title. Which me and you, I think Moses actually came up with some challenge names too. Austin may have came up with some. I think Bradley may have came up with some. I think that's the reason why I considered Austin and Bradley to be co-writers, was because they helped out making challenges. Alex and Tristan did not, so they weren't credited in that. And then, of course, me and you were main writers, which I put in the actual film and the whole intro. Me and you came up with most of the challenges. Hey, Moses came up with like 3 or 2, so I technically should have credited him, but he wasn't also in the movie, so I didn't want to try to give up hope. That he really didn't have that much to do with it. Sorry, Moses, but, you know. Who knows? Maybe he'll be there for the sequel, which in which case, cool. We would want more people. Stupindis Carnage 2 needs to be bigger and badder. And way, way dumber. Let's be real.
Yeah.
It was a lot. Another issue was, I almost forgot about this, was the fact that you and Bradley could not play together unless you were at your dad's, which, it being in summer, was the only reason why we managed to do that.
Yeah, pretty much.
When summer kind of ended, you went to your dad's very limited times, so Bradley was there less and less. That was also the reason why he was less and less at Stupid Carnage as well. Hell, he hasn't even made an appearance in Season 3, is because you guys have not gone to your dad's that much to actually play, and he just hasn't been really present since most recent. So that was another issue. Austin and Alex had some, I think, home issues. Austin had to go to bed at a certain time, I think. Alex, I think, did too. Alex was usually really tired, though. He went to bed pretty early. And, of course, Tristan is the youngest out of all of us. Out of everyone who had the most strict bedtime, he was the sucker of that punch.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm hoping that Tristan gets a better rap. And Stupindis Carnage 2, if he decides to help out with that one. Since, let's be real, we told him about it, he was like, yeah, I would like to help out with that. But we told him, like, last minute, which is, like, the rudest thing. We gave him such a bad rap. From June 14th to December 12th. Pretty much almost about 6-7 months. I don't know if I'm doing my math correct. I'm just kind of chopping it up. That was, yeah. Behind the scenes, it was kind of a whack job. Let's just hope that Stupindis Carnage 2, which we are absolutely doing, by the way. Stupindis Carnage 2 is happening. We're planning on doing it next year. Let's hope that that goes much, 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 much smoother than this one. Because if it turns out as sloppy as Stupindis Carnage did, in a way, I'm gonna be a sad puppy. Oh, shit. Well,
we also gotta think about Project Icebreaker.
Oh, right, Project Icebreaker. That too. And speaking of projects, let's kind of go more into depth. Not about Project Icebreaker. We'll give a little hint as to what that is, just a little. And let's talk about just a little bit more, just kind of like projects and stuff, because there's really not that much behind the scenes that we can really talk about for a lot of the time. So let's talk about future projects, since this needs to get brought up eventually. Stupid Carnage is going to keep going on for a couple more years. Me and Hayden have decided on a date, on a time that we're going to end it, but I think I want to leave that anonymous for now. But just know that it's going to be going on for a couple more years. Longer than a few more years is the right phrase. It's not going to go on forever, but it's going to go on for enough. It will end eventually. And we do have some other projects we're kind of thinking of and working on, other than just Stupid Carnage. Obviously, there's Stupindis Carnage 2. That's something we're really wanting to work on, because Stupindis Carnage was such a fun and new thing, I feel. And it was just, we had, whether or not how we feel about how the actual thing came out to be, which we'll give our opinions on later, like the full thing, making it, even with all the problems, making it was so much fun, I feel.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%.
We had a fucking blast. Like, doing stupid shit, doing dumb stuff, coming up with the absolute dumbest challenges we could, like, get our heads wrapped around on. It was so much fun. And especially doing them, and how some of the challenges did not even work, period. How some of the challenges worked wonders, and some of the challenges just kind of happened. We never knew what was going to happen with either one of the challenges. Some of them didn't work, some of them had to get rewritten. Like, I think Boys Night Out, that was one. If you guys don't remember Boys Night Out challenge, that was when we went to the strip club, shot as much people coming out of the strip club as we did. Originally, what we were going to do, sorry about that, what we were going to do was put tear gas in front and light it on fire and have everyone run out and see how many people would burn and die from it. But literally only one person did that, and that's actually something that will be shown in the bloopers. That failed original version of that challenge has at least 1 or 2 clips in the bloopers. We almost forgot to mention this. There was maybe around 10, less, maybe more, challenges that we weren't able to do in the full-length film because, of course, we mentioned that there was a time limit. We had to go through a specific time, and we made more challenges than we originally planned. I think the full list of challenges was 62. And that brings up into another thing that we completely forgot to talk about, was Rec Room. This almost slipped through our mind. Do you remember how we were going to do Rec Room for like 8 challenges or more, Hayden? And
Yeah.
we didn't exactly do that. Yeah. Oh yeah, Dying Light was a part of this too. I almost forgot about Dying Light being one of those. Which is hilarious that slipped my mind, because Dying Light had some of the most fun challenges, I think. I don't know. Rec Room, we had like 8 challenges planned, kind of like Minecraft. We were like, we're gonna do this, this, and this. And some of the challenges didn't even get, some of the challenges we didn't even come up with. We only did one challenge. There's no more Rec Room challenges in the deleted scenes. I can guarantee you that. And the reason why was because we were done postponing it, we wanted it to get done, and Rec Room was just the game that was not working for us. Hayden, in the last couple of days, could not do anything. He was busy. I don't know what you were busy with, but you basically were only able to play like once or twice a day. That's once or twice before we uploaded it. That's what I meant to say. And Austin and Alex didn't have Rec Room until the time the movie came out, so we were fucked with a capital F on that game. We were so screwed. So we did one challenge with it, and I think that challenge was fine. If I'm being completely honest, the Rec Room challenges would have been kind of a letdown anyway, so let's face it, that game, while being very creative with what we can do, is kind of limited, and the Stupid Carnage brand of things, because we wanted to make everything dumb, that game, you can't really make dumb in a way that's funny and a way that's surprising. It wouldn't have worked. I'm gonna say this. The one challenge we did do with it, I think, was probably the most blandish. It was literally us shooting up in the sky with fucking, like, we call them cum guns. They're like fucking paintball guns. We were shooting up in the sky with that, and that was it. I think Hayden won. That was it. We basically had to manage to try to hit each other without seeing each other, and it was fine. It was dumb. It was just compared to everything else, where there was literally a challenge where we were running at the cops holding grenades and going down Mount Chiliad with the fucking motorcycles, just begging to be killed. That was easily the most bland.
Yeah.
So yeah, deleted scenes, there's gonna be a couple stuff. It's just, and there were some bloopers. The bloopers are self-explanatory. It's just some funny shit that happened during it. The intro of the bloopers has me telling you exactly what you're in for. That's it. It's gonna be a lot of fun. And that's pretty much about it. So let's get back to the future projects now that everything behind the scenes is completely done. I believe we touched everything now. Let's hope we don't remember something we forgot in the last minute. So about future projects. We're planning on doing Stupindis Carnage 2. We kind of have ideas of Stupindis Carnage 3 if we want to do it. Maybe. And then we also have Project Icebreaker. Which, the only thing we will tell you about Project Icebreaker is that it's going to be possibly coming within the next couple of years. We might not even do it. I really, really, really want to do it, but let's just say this, it's a very ambitious project. And if anyone can crack the code on Project Icebreaker, on the name of that, if anyone can kind of understand what I'm referencing, that is what we're doing. The one thing I can tell you is that it's a parody. That is it. That is it. It is a parody with our brand Stupid Carnage humor, with some actual written shit. That is it. That is all I'm going to say. And the title's Project Icebreaker, which is a reference to what we're parodying. That's it. That's it. Project Icebreaker. It's a future development. And of course, we already talked about us doing more seasons of Stupid Carnage and how we want to kind of edit this more and more and more. We're getting pretty ambitious. I think another thing I want to do, and we don't have any ideas on what we're going to do with this just yet, is we want to do other TV shows. What I really want to do is kind of like a Stupid Carnage TV show spinoff. Not like Stupindis Carnage, but like a whole different thing with Stupid Carnage mixed into it a little bit. But we're coming up with ideas, and whatever we end up coming up with, we'll do. We'll do. It'll be totally, perfectly fine. And here later in the future, when everything is revealed, like what the final season of Stupid Carnage is going to be, me and Hayden will come back and give you more in-depth stuff about it, talk about the future of Stupid Carnage. We're going to leave it a mystery now because we don't want to spoil what the final season is going to be, and we don't really want to spoil what we're planning on doing for the final season, although it's going to be pretty ambitious, not that ambitious, but still. And I don't really want to say that this, and this is going to be done in the future, because, let's be real here, it's not. We're probably going to get tracked off and do the exact same thing we did with Stupindis Carnage, and this commentary again and again, postpone it. But, who knows? We might go through with our word, and let's just hope that Project Icebreaker turns out as amazing as I want it to be, and that we don't slack off with that, because if we do, we're going to be screwed. We're going to be so fucked. We're going to be so fucked. And the final thing I'm going to talk about upcoming projects with each season of Stupid Carnage and everything that we do, Stupid Carnage, Project Icebreaker, Stupindis Carnage, there's going to be bonus features. And we're probably going to be doing more bonus features in the future. I kind of plan on me and you, Hayden, in the future doing, like, commentaries, maybe within the next 5 years of Stupid Carnage when we're getting closer to the final season. We'll, like, let's say it's like the 5th year anniversary, we'll then do, like, seasons 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 at that point, because the 5th year anniversary will be on season 6. We'll kind of go more in depth. We'll talk about the finale, and then we'll just kind of give a commentary for each season. We're not going to do that anytime soon because the seasons haven't had a full time to kind of sink in. That, and let's be real here, I watched the whole thing, but I watched the whole first season. I don't know if you did. And if we want to do this kind of like do a whole commentary like this isn't really scripted. If you can tell, like, we're kind of fumbling and we're kind of going here and there. This isn't scripted, but if we want to do, like, unscripted or scripted stuff like that, we're going to need to let time to sit in, sink in, and kind of know where we're going in the future and know what happened in the future for the commentaries. So, we're just going to need to let that kind of age like fine wine, and then the commentaries for Stupid Carnage season 1, 2, and every season past that point will be up and uploaded. They're planned, but it's going to take time to do them. It's not going to be the next year or the next 2 years. It's going to be like the next 3 or 4 years. I can guarantee you that. But for the bonus features that will be coming out now is going to be for the 3 bonus. There's going to be 3 bonus features like this one for each season of Stupid Carnage until we do more commentaries like that and shit like that for the seasons of Stupid Carnage. What there's going to be is there's going to be top 10 moments of every character in Stupid Carnage. This is going to have a rule to it. They have to be what I consider main characters. So in season 1, that's going to be me, Hayden, and Moses. And while Tristan was part of the first season, he was like in 2 episodes, that he didn't really talk because his mic wasn't like available for the whole thing. He can't get a top 10 moments because there's literally not enough for him to get a top 10. For me, you Hayden, and of course Moses, there's enough. So we're going to be doing that. Originally what I was planning on doing was I was going to like post like an article on YouTube, go like, rank your top 10 favorite moments of each character, like me, Hayden, and Moses in season 1. I don't have nearly enough subscribers to do that. Like, let's face it, Hayden's just going to be me and you who's going to commentate on that, and maybe James and a couple of other of our friends, and maybe like 1 or 2 subscribers that are subscribed to me that are just random people that I don't know. That's going to be it. So instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the whole list, stuff like that. I'm going to talk. I've already talked to you about it, Hayden. I've already told you kind of like your top 10 moments, and I believe you've agreed on them. I told Moses about it, and of course, the list of characters is gonna go on to season. Of course, season 2 has me, you, Moses. Tristan's now a main character I consider in season 2, and I believe season 3, he might have enough clips, and who knows, maybe the last 2 episodes of season 3 will have enough clips with him for season 3 top 10 moments. Season 2 has Tristan, Bradley, if he has enough top 10 moments. He was kind of here and there. Of course, Austin and Alex, and Mav and Jake don't have enough yet, although they're present. They've been getting more clips. They don't have enough clips for season 3 again, but they're present. They're here. And of course, with season 3, we have Kyle and James, which is brand new additions. And for as many seasons as to come, we're going to get all of our friends included in the show, hopefully. And let's face it, here in the near future, we're probably going to get more friends. So by the end of the show, the cast is probably going to be full of like 50 people. Which is going to be cool. I'm going to love that if that happens. Like, that's going to be so much fun. So, yeah, top 10 moments of each character. And then, another one is going to be a ranking of all the episodes. Now, mind you, this is a little shallow, I feel, but I do kind of want to give my full opinion on how I feel about the show. And a good thing about this is that if you, for whatever reason, were to watch that before you actually watch any of the shows, you can kind of consider that like a way to tell you what kind of episodes you should or shouldn't watch or would be interested in watching. Let's just get this full out now. Stupid Carnage is not for everybody. It's for me and Hayden, because we make it. And we have really dumb and fun humor. That's it. But if you're not a fan of just like stupid shit, constant screaming and yelling, well, not really constant screaming and yelling, and just explosions and death constantly, then this is not your show. I fully...
Sexual content.
That, moans and shit like that. Just the dumbest type of humor you can possibly think of. If you're not a fan of that, that's fine. That's fine. It's fine. You do you, man. You watch whatever you want. This show is literally not going to be for everybody. There's just some people. I know my friend Kyle said this show. The only episodes he really watches is him because he enjoys watching me and him play games. But the show he says is just kind of dumb and he doesn't really enjoy that much. That's totally fine. Like it's not. It's literally not going to be for everybody. Like the show has no storyline. Saying it has a storyline in the first place is very, very generous. And it's just me and you, Hayden, and just a bunch of our friends doing dumb shit. But it's addicting for me.
Yeah, that's basically all it is.
We have fun doing it, and that's the whole gist. I put an intro and outro in there for season 3, and of course all the rest of the seasons to come. And I slap it on there. I call it a TV show, and that's it. It's not really a TV show. It's more like a YouTube series, but it's fine. We love it. We love making it, so that's what we do. It's pretty clear that's not going to be for everybody. But the ranking is going to be like me giving my full honest opinion on what is the best episode, what is not the best episode. I'm going to give rankings on them like 5 out of 10, 9 out of 10, stuff like that. And I'm going to do that for every season, and I'm going to give my full honest opinion, and that's also going to be kind of good, because if you're someone who's interested in, like, you find dumb humor fun, then I'm going to recommend my best episodes to you to watch, instead of watching all of it and feeling like it was just kind of a mixed bag. If you want to watch all of it, power to you. I am a completionist. I love watching the full length of a show. I am not someone who's going to skip over any episode. I'm not the type of dude. I don't know if you are, Hayden, but that's how I feel about TV shows. But if you want to, because every episode is basically the same thing. If you want to watch the what I consider the cream of the crop, then I'm going to give you that in the whole ranking, so you can know what you're getting into. If your humor is the same as me and Hayden's, you're going to enjoy the episodes we recommend high on the list. Plain and simple. And the final one is, and this is the most ambitious one, is what I like to call the Carnage Tally. This is literally James A. Janice's kill count. It is going to be, I am going to watch every single episode, and I am going to count every kill in the whole show, in the whole season. And the way I'm going to be doing it is I'm going to give each person like their own respective kills. Like let's say in one episode that just features me and you, Hayden, like I have 45 kills, you have like 52, and then the game gets a couple of the kills, like maybe 12 or 13. That's going to be the whole thing. Now there are 3 ways I can do this, and I have settled on one.
3 ways.
Oh no. 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 The first way would just be plain and simple, me telling you the list, telling you the number of people that died, and then moving on from each episode. The second way would be to do like really fast clips of it, or the third way would be go full on kill count James A. Janice, basically record. Like, if you ever seen Kill Count from James A. Denise on Dead Me, go check him out. He's really cool. He's a funny YouTuber. I love him. He's cool. He loves horror movies. I love horror movies. He basically kind of, like, watches, like, the whole movie, has the whole movie and just counts every kill that comes out and talks about, like, a lot of behind-the-scenes footage and includes, like, clips of the movie and shit like that. I cannot really do the last one. And it's, mind you, it's my content, so as long as it's not like I'm a copyright claim myself, but still. I can't really do that since I don't have the editing for it. Excuse me. I can't really do the second one that much because, again, I don't really have the editing for it, and that would probably take longer, just doing, like, fast little jump cuts of, like, each one and just tallying it on, kind of like Cinema Sins, or he just watches the movie and every single time he has something negative to say, just jump cuts between and just adds up a tally. I'm probably going to be doing the first one, which is boring and bland, but I will be doing something that is going to make it accessible, and not just me going, like, on a black screen, like, on a blank black screen, or, like, a thumbnail like this one, where I'm just going to go, oh, this episode got, like, 45 kills, I got 12, Moses got 10, the game got the rest. And then I'm going to proceed to do that from every episode on. Instead, I'm going to do that, but I'm going to add one thing extra to it. I'm going to add a clip of what I consider as the funniest kill or death in that episode for each episode. So that's 30 episodes. That's 30 episodes each season that I'm going to do that for the Carnage Tally. I'm going to give my funniest. I'm going to give, in my opinion, the funniest death of that whole thing. That's not really going to be including like the top 10 moments, because that some of those moments don't even really include kills, which is rare. But some of those moments I chose, you were like, for you, Hayden, for me, and for Moses, I believe at least all three of us, one of us each, has like at least 1 or 3 moments where we don't kill anybody, which is surprising, but it's there, it's real. So I'm going to give like my funniest death, what I think is the funniest death from every episode. I'm just going to count the kills. And by the end of all of it, by the end of the season, I'm going to count how many kills that season got. And by the time the show ends, I'm going to add that whole number up in one whole humongous video. It might be the commentary we do for the final season, Hayden. We might just do like a big like announcement thing. We might like say it at the same time. The number, let's face it, the number might be like somewhere over 1,000. Because I have started on this. I need to redo it, because originally when I had all this stuff typed down, the Google Doc got deleted. Well, I kind of changed accounts, but it still got lost. So I need to redo all of that. But mind you, some of the episodes I did count some of them had over 100 kills. So big numbers. The smallest episode, which was like 1 minute and 12 seconds, had at least over 10, which isn't huge, but for the length of that episode, it's still plenty. So yeah, that's gonna be the whole thing. So yeah, for bonus features, there's going to be, in this exact order, there's going to be top 10 moments of each main character of the season, ranking of all the episodes in the season, and a Carnage tally for the season. For each bonus features for every Stupid Carnage season, that's going to be in there. Like we said, we're going to do commentaries for it in the near future. And that's kind of all we have for future plans. We have more Stupid Carnage coming out with an eventual end we've already planned, Stupindis Carnage sequels, Project Icebreaker, and probably more parodies coming along the way. We're thinking of more, but Project Icebreaker mainly. And other Stupid Carnage stuff that we're possibly thinking on. And, of course, the bonus features for every one of those that comes out in the near future. Which will, like this one, if we delay it again and again, will come out eventually. Maybe. And that's kind of it. Last but not least, here's the thing that I'm most interested in to talk about, because I really want to hear your opinion on this, Aiden. Last but not least the last thing we need to talk about is how we feel about the movie, how we felt about the movie, and we already kind of talked about how fun it was to make it, but we can go a little bit more in depth about that. How did we feel about the project? I'm going to let you go first.
Well, I feel like we could have done it a lot better if we would have actually started it when we were supposed to. Because we took way too much time to do that.
Definitely. Yeah, I'm basically kind of the exact same way. I feel like it was very ambitious. I feel like it was rushed. Not only in production, but in execution. But how I feel about the whole thing, I will give into later. I just mainly want to talk about how fun. I know we already talked about this, but I want to talk about how fun it was to make it while we were making it. Because we had a fucking blast. Like, I know we already said this, but it's true. We had a blast making this. It was so dumb. It was fun. It was ridiculous. It was stupid. It was everything I wanted it to be. Well, execution did not feel nearly like that. Making it, the way it felt, was magical. Doing the challenges was just so much fun. Coming up with the challenges was so much fun, and I'm hoping Stupindis Carnage 2 is going to be exactly like that, but more. However, on the actual thing that came out, I know I haven't watched it yet, but I did edit it. I can probably give a pretty good opinion on how I feel about it. It's probably like a 7 out of 10, I'd say. It's fine. Making it was definitely more fun than it is watching it, which is hilarious, because I think Stupid Carnage is more fun watching it than making it. Because let's be real here, we just basically clip whatever we find funny, which isn't really making it, but still. Watching it's pretty funny. But I don't feel the same way about Stupindis Carnage. I don't think it ended up being the same way as Stupid Carnage. I don't feel the same kind of energy or the same kind of excitement as I did the other stuff. I just kind of felt like it was there. Which kind of sucks. It was a very ambitious project. I think it's different, which is cool, but it's just... It felt like we bit off more than we can chew, I feel. And I know when I go back to finally watch the movie for the first time, without editing the whole thing, without knowing what's going to happen, well, I'm already going to know what's happening since we made the damn thing. When I go back to watch the full thing, without stopping, I know I'm going to feel like we could have done more with it. But for what it is, I think it's fun. For what it is, I think it's like the first season of Stupid Carnage. I feel the exact same way about this. I feel like it was a beta on a project that we could have done so much more with, but unfortunately it had to take the bite in the ass because it was the very first one we came out with, and it had to be kind of the project starter. It had to be the tester. It had to be the one we experimented with. And unfortunately we didn't experiment with it enough, and I feel like it could have been better, but who knows? Stupindis Carnage 2 could blow this out of the water, which I'm hoping it really, really does. How did you feel about the actual movie itself? Like, I know you said you had fun making it, but what do you, like, when you went back to watch it, what did you really, like, think about it? Or even if you were, like, watch it again, do you feel like your opinion would basically be, like, the same as mine? Or a little bit different?
Yeah, pretty much.
I guess to show how similar we are. Two peas in a pod. And, yeah, that's basically the whole thing. Like, it was definitely fun. It's just, again, we bit off more than we can chew. And we should have definitely tried to know what we were doing way more than what we actually ended up knowing. That was a really bad way of saying that, but still, it works. I feel the same way about this that I do season 1 of Stupid Carnage. It was a beta. It was like kind of like a beta test, and we weren't fully understanding of what we were doing. We didn't really know what we wanted to do with it at the time. We had the basic premise idea, but we didn't really know how to execute it, nor did we really know how to finish it, how to like put like a stamp on it, and hopefully Stupendous Carnage 2, hopefully this is basically like the ground up of what is to become better and better over time. Because if you ask me, I think Season 2, Stupid Carnage, is better than Season 1. I think Season 3 is easily the best out of Stupid Carnage it has been so far. Almost every episode has been hilarious. I don't think there was a single episode that I would rate under a 7 in Season 3 so far. Spoiler alert, but it's how I feel. And I don't know how you feel about Season 3. I don't know if you think it's the best season so far yet, Hayden, but I'm guaranteeing with how we agree basically on everything about this, you're probably going to agree with that on me.
Yeah, I do.
And hopefully Stupendous Carnage 2 ends up being that sort of ground-up work that we kind of need. Because Stupendous Carnage, like I said, it was so much fun to make. It was so exciting to get it down, but so much came out of it, so much problems came up with trying to make it and stuff like that, and the fear of us never doing it was pretty... It was present. It was present, and it was there, and it sucked. Knowing that at one point we could probably dump the project and we probably would have never cared about it again. Because at that point, we basically gotta have that mindset in the back of our heads. I think the number one thing to learn from Stupindis Carnage, and this is mainly for me, because I did the rushing. I'm gonna put this full on me. I am not gonna rush it again. I am not, when it comes to Stupindis Carnage 2, I am not gonna give out a release date. I am not gonna do anything. If it doesn't come out in 2024, that is fine. I am giving it the time it needs to rest, and then I'm going to edit it, and if I still have months, maybe weeks, maybe only a couple days before it comes out, that's fine. As long as it's done, everything's planned, everything's ready, everything's there for the full thing. As long as it's longer, I don't want it to be really longer, like an hour and 40 minutes. I just want it to be longer than Stupindis Carnage 1. As long as it's longer, better, bigger, and especially dumber, I think that will be a huge boost. But yeah, that's basically the whole GIF. And I know it's not really the time, like, the commentary to talk about how we feel about Stupid Carnage, but I do kind of want to talk about how much I am loving Stupid Carnage. I am loving making it. Hayden, it is so special to make that with you. Stupid Carnage is such a... It's stupid to say, because it's such a dumb show, but it's a huge part of us. Our friendship, I feel. Because me and you, every single time we hang out in person, we always, like, talk about it. We always go, like... Well, I always tell you, like, have you seen the latest episode, or do you remember that one moment we did? We always look at it, we always watch it, we always laugh, we always have a fun time. It's just... I love having that feeling. Of having something that me and you make, and all of our other friends make together, that is just there. It's there, everyone else can watch it, everyone else can either enjoy it or critique it. I don't care what they do. If some people despise it, that's fine. I'm just glad that it exists. And Stupindis Carnage, I am the same way with. I am glad that we did this, because it was so much fun to make. And whether or not the execution was not nearly as good as I wanted it to be, it was still a lot of fun. And like I said, it's a 7 out of 10, I feel. And it's just fun knowing that it exists. Whether or not, no matter how many issues come with both this and Stupid Carnage and whatever project we end up doing, I'm just happy that we made it. And that is a special feeling in and of itself. So, to wrap this whole thing up, this has been, like, what, over an hour, I think? We went on for way longer than we originally planned. We went on way longer than we originally planned, which is fine. We talked about this very extensively. We did a whole rundown. So, to wrap this whole thing up, Hayden, how do you feel about Stupid Carnage, and how do you feel about the future for it?
I feel like we're gonna start gaining a bunch of subscribers and stuff. Gonna get famous and...
Let's hope we get famous. Who knows? That might just end up happening. If it does, fuck yeah. That's all I'm gonna have to say. Fuck yeah. So, to wrap this whole thing up, what is your final message, Hayden?
Well, I don't know.
I'd like to say that there's a freaking tree.
Alright, I would like to say that I'm gonna go commit suicide now.
Alright, guys, no more Stupindis Carnage 2 or Stupid Carnage anymore. The second creator is gone. He's gone. Alright, for real though. That's about it. See you guys in future projects.